So basically we're out in the wilderness of Quain at the moment, and what Louise and Barbara are doing, they've got several feeding stations set up for the stray dogs here, and basically they bring the meat that they've been given, rice and dry food and water, and they come up here to the feeding stations twice a day, water twice a day and food once a day to distribute it for the dogs. And it's not just the dogs, they've got ones for the donkeys as well, and they also have contributions to take to one of the camel farmers. It's a fantastic, thankless task, and these animals rely so much on the hard work that they're doing.
For the donkeys, because of the times that we come, we either come very early morning, or this time we kind of feed them on demand, so they know though exactly where even the dogs walk and feed the stations are. Many a time we've caught the donkeys pinching the doggies' food. So
we're heading off to one of the next feeding stations now, so we might see some more donkeys or some more dogs at the next one. I have no idea. It's all a big surprise.
these are the guys that I leave the food because they have Bullet and 2 German Shepherds.
Oh, really?
So we're trying to give them a bag of food every other week or so, just to so we know the doggies are looked after.
Straight in the bucket. The 3 dogs here have been adopted by the workers. This is Bullet, that's actually a she, was a stray, and so Barbara and Louise come and drop food off to the guys for them. And they were hiding these 2 German Shepherds in a shed because they were a bit worried the dogs were going to be taken away from them. But then once the trust has been built up, all the dogs now come out and they all feed together, and they're really happy to see the ladies come up here every now and again to give the dogs some food and some TLC as well. We can't have all of that. Oh, no, I'm not grabbing that off him. It's like, no chance. Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys. So all these dogs have heard and smelt the food. They'll be now making their way across to the feeding station to have their evening dinner, sitting there waiting patiently. And this is the major feeding station. There can be anywhere from 20 to 30 dogs up here, numerous donkeys and camels as well. And there's something for everybody. There's the dog food, the roughage and the veggies for the donkeys and the camels. And we haven't seen any yet, but they will come up here through the night. And Louise and Barbara are just putting all the food and everything out now for the animals. So we've come up to another area of the Quain industrial estate, and this gentleman here is looking after some little tiny puppies. There's a mum and several pups here that he's currently taking care of. So the ladies bring up some food for him every few days so he can carry on taking care of them. We'll go and have a look.
2, 3. Ticks. These literally, the larger ones here are engorged, so they're literally full of blood. And the smaller ones are feeding. They literally suck the life from the dog.
And if you don't take the ticks off, it will literally kill the puppies in days.
Yeah, days. I'll tell you how anemic he is. Very. You see the gum is white and there's very little blanching. Not long, this guy's not have long. He's very anemic. We'll put a shampoo on them first, and that brings a lot of them to the surface, and we'll manually remove. We'll just get in. It's the only way. Our vets agree. It's the only thing that we can do is literally you just have to just pull them off into as little discomfort as what you can to the poor doggy, because they're traumatised from it. We'll have to try and give them as much chance as what we can of life. It's not about rehoming them or anything. You're not thinking of adoption at this point. You're thinking about keeping them alive.
Yeah.
You know.
This is really a full-time job for these ladies. So what they'll do now with the puppy is they'll de-tick him, take all the ticks off. He'll have a special bath, and then he'll have special antibiotics and treatments to prevent the ticks coming back as well. So, but really this is an ongoing process because the ticks do eventually come back. So it's a constant work in progress with these dogs. And with a puppy this small, these ticks and the amount of ticks he has on him would literally kill him within a week because the amount of blood they're sucking out of him.
2, 3. If we start now giving him some iron supplementation, then that'll just slowly and slowly help get his iron levels up. Hopefully, save his life. Good boy. And this will help with the anemia. Good. This will just help start to replenish his iron levels. Every single pup that we've rescued from here, 14 puppies we've rescued from here, and they've all been exactly the same.
And they just live in the sand and on the bushes
The
and
plants,
everything. And
yeah.
as the dogs run past, they cling on to the toes and then work their way up. Ugh,
Yeah.
there's one there.
And they always go around the ears because they're just a perfect condition for them all to breed, you know, to multiply.
Well, I'm just feeling all itchy now. It's
You will.
horrible.
You'll dream about them tonight.
It's not. But it has to be done. So this is basically what a night out with the ladies from the Animal Welfare Project Quain looks like. It's a couple of hours of going around all these feeding stations, looking after the dogs, the cats, the donkeys and camels, some of which we've been able to see tonight. Louise and Barbara do absolutely an amazing job, and it's been fantastic to see how they work.
These guys are okay because we're like the solution in that one, so.